Memory Care Home Solutions assists families caring for those affected by memory loss, dementia, or Alzheimer's disease. Here with us today are Director of Advancement, Erin, Kelley, and Home Care Assistants, Carrie Burggraf. Thank you both for being here. So let's kind of get started. I mean, this is generally a topic that at some point you're going to know somebody in your family or a friend of a family, somebody who's dealing with memory loss. And I want to know more about the organization and what it does so that we can learn about your program. So first, maybe just let's set the stage and tell us about Memory Care Home Solutions.
Absolutely. I think everybody in St. Louis really knows somebody that at some point is dealing with pretty significant memory loss in their family. Somebody is forgetting things, they're getting lost, they're repeating, or as far as a doctor has diagnosed Alzheimer's or dementia. Our organization is really there to help that family keep their loved one in their home as long as possible in the community.
Okay, and so you do that through programs. You've got about you do a lot of work, but we've got kind of three programs. You have a caregiver training and in-home consultation program. You want to tell us more about that?
Absolutely. So our core program is we actually go into the home and provide a one-year service. Our social workers and occupational therapists work really hard to help that family come up with a plan so they understand what's coming down the road with the disease, and they can really be ready and trained and prepared to help their loved one, live with dignity and have the best life possible.
It's very stressful. I mean, I know personally people who have gone through this, and I mean, it's day to day. I mean, it's an exhausting sort of battle, but important because there's obviously love and emotion involved in that. When you talk about the education and outreach program, what does that involve?
So we go out into the community and train a lot of different individuals from different professions on how to assess the situation, really understand that an organization like ours is needed, understand when help should be called in for the family, and when our outside resources like ours are necessary.
Got it. And then we have the geriatric care counseling program.
Absolutely. So if anybody has any questions, they come up against, they're dealing with a doctor and don't really understand the questions to ask, don't really know how to approach an issue with their mom or dad. One of the things I see a lot is we deal with families having to take driving away or really understanding that it's still okay. Anybody is able to call and ask our team, how to approach the situation, how to be ready for it, and they're there to answer those questions.
That's fantastic. That's great. And Carrie, I want to kind of shift to you because you have an interesting sort of position with Memory Care Home Solutions. You're a volunteer as well as a partner. And so can you explain more about that?
Sure. I'm really excited. We've just had a great time working together individually as volunteer to help them with their auction and getting donations from the community to help raise funds because what they provide is free of charge. And that only happens because of donations and events like the gala. I also have the privilege of working for Home Care Assistants. We're a private duty home care company, and we are a sponsor of a lot of their activities, but we also provide care for those families when that caregiver of that loved one needs a respite. We're there to help with those things that are challenging.
It is. And I mean, when we talk about it, if you don't mind for a second, I'm not going to say put on the clinical hat or on the medical hat, but when we talk about memory loss, dementia, Alzheimer's, can you break those down for us? Because I think so many people use it interchangeably, but there is kind of like a separation and distinction.
Absolutely. So, memory loss can be a lot of things. You start placing items around your house and don't really understand where you put them. You're in a grocery store and forget what aisle you're in. You're driving somewhere and don't remember where you were planning to go. And then that moves into real issues with the executive function of your brain. And so Alzheimer's, which is a common form of dementia that people know about, is under the umbrella term. Under the umbrella term of dementia. And so we serve people that have all these diseases.
Right, because you do. I mean, and I've seen over the years that making that distinction, I think it's important to make. We have some information for you on the screen, and we're going to talk about this more in the second segment. It's this great fundraiser that's coming up that Memory Care Home Solution puts on each year. It's called Memories and Melodies, and it's taking place this November, November 16th, so mark your calendars. It's at the Chase Park Plaza. You can find out more details at memorycarehs.org or call the number on your screen. But we have a lot to talk about. There's music and memories, an iPad program. There's a lot more to talk about, so we'll have more with Memory Care Home Solutions right after this break.